Alright boys, today we're going to actually be talking about something that's pretty cool. We're going to be talking about what could have been with all of these giant baseball video games. We're going to be talking about baseball video games. We're going to be talking about Madden. We're going to be talking NFL, NBA, and MLB especially. These are three of the biggest sports organizations in the game, and they just decided to sign exclusive deals, which is very understandable. However, it kind of sucks with what could have been. We could have seen so many better games. And before we get into this video, if you guys hit that like and sub button, I'd really appreciate it. And let's get right into the freaking video. So first what we're going to be talking about, which is the main one, you know me as a baseball channel, but basically MLB The Show and how San Diego Studios just decided to sign an exclusive deal with MLB, which was a great deal for pretty much everyone. They ended up paying a good amount of money for it, so it makes a lot of sense, multi-year type deal. But there's so many games that used to be giant, and this is what I'm going to start talking about, and everything that could have just made MLB games better than they already are. Obviously, MLB The Show is a great title, it's a great game, but let's look at some of the games that could have came out and some of the games that would just be really fun. The first big game that I'd like to talk about is the Bigs 3. Now, if you guys played the Bigs 1 and the Bigs 2, these games were so fun. They were on the PlayStation 3, they were on the Xbox, and I believe they were also on the Wii. And these games, I don't really know how to explain it. They were just an absolute blast. They were arcade-style games, so not necessarily real games, but they were a lot of fun. Not like MLB The Show 20, but actually a whole different route, which was just the fun aspect of the game, which made it a lot of fun. I mean, there was crazy things like the home run derby, which you can see right here. It was just a lot of fun with Carlos Beltran. You go in all sorts of cool places. You can go in Times Square and other places like that. Just absolutely rip baseballs. They also have a Road to the Show type mode, and the Road to the Show type mode was actually a really fun game. What happened in that game mode was it was kind of just you went to the Mexican leagues, you kind of worked your way up, and you made yourself all the way up to the majors. So kind of like Road to the Show, but a little bit different. It was a lot of fun and something that we would have really liked to see, and something that just won't happen now because it's an exclusive deal with MLB and San Diego Studios. Another big game that we missed out was the MVP Baseball made by EA Sports. Back whenever EA Sports used to make baseball video games, there were a lot of fun games that came out. I mean, you got the MVP 2003 with Randy Johnson, the 2004 with Pujols, and there were so many just great MVP baseball games. But sadly, because of the exclusive deals with San Diego Studios, we're never going to see another MVP baseball game. Hopefully, we can pray that the extension will end down in the future. And the big thing about all of these games is that even though there are great games and great things that came out, they're just never going to happen anymore because of these exclusive deals. And MLB The Show 20, I'm not saying it isn't a great game, but it really hurts whenever there's only one big baseball game. I know that they like that way, but competition makes games better, and if one's better than another, it would give MLB The Show a competition that they've never seen before, and it would make them force out better content and better content throughout the year. That also means we wouldn't have as many dead periods of the game because there would always be new content and new things coming out, which would make it a lot of fun. The next big game we're going to be talking about is actually going to be EA's Madden. Now, this game has lots of controversy. For the most part, people like this game, but they are pretty money grabbing, and that's kind of EA's brand. And so we're going to be talking about some of the older games and the games that could have came out that would actually rival EA and rival some of these games, making it have competition against the two, making it better games in general. As you guys know, EA has paid the NFL, and NFL actually has an exclusive contract with the EA, and the Players Union also does it. They actually extended it 6 years, so it's going to be going all the way through May 2026, which is just kind of sad for a lot of Madden fans. I know that a lot of Madden fans, they love EA and they like certain things about it, but they hate how money grabbing they are, and so it kind of just hurts Madden as a franchise because it's hurting all sorts of different things that aren't making the games as great. And if there were games that were fighting this, and especially more arcade/fun games, it would be a lot of fun. The first game we're going to be talking about is actually an awesome game called Blitz. Now, Blitz Football was kind of a rated M game, so it was a little bit more mature. It was really gruesome and kind of crazy, but it was a really cool game, and some of the things that came out just had a lot of fun. There was the League 2, there were all sorts of little mini games like this. It was actually a lot of fun. I ended up playing this game as a kid. It was really gruesome though, and that's probably why it didn't go as well as it did, but it was a lot of fun. There were also games such as Street Football and even other Madden games in general. NCAA football was a big one. I know they're going to be a reamp of that, and it's going to come out, but as far as football video games, Blitz was really the only other football game that came out that was really just super great at the time, and it was just something that we would like to see. I mean, imagine a game super developed and super paid and had a lot of development in it, challenging EA's Madden. It would be a lot of fun. It'd be something that a lot of fans would enjoy. So it's definitely something to think about and something to put in your back pocket, as it would kind of just be something really cool that we've never seen before. We don't really have many arcade games. I know that there's X Factors and all sorts of crap with Madden now, but it was honestly the first edition of an arcade type mode. They even had story modes in the game, which made it a lot of fun. It was something that you hadn't really seen before. It was something that I think would be really good in today's market, as there's a lot of mature people that play Madden. You're telling me that a lot of 18 to 21 year olds wouldn't just absolutely love enjoying playing a gruesome Madden game? It'd be a lot of fun. It'd definitely be something different. So just something that would have happened. I mean, Blitz 2020 could have been something that was crazy with all the new players and stuff. I'm sure they would have a lot of fun adding that game, but because of EA's contract, it's sadly just something that will never come to be, and we won't see something like this. So it's something that's kind of crazy, and it's why I think exclusive deals are starting to really hurt at every single little company, because they're so penny pinching and there's literally no competition for all of these big sports companies. The last franchise deal that we're actually going to be talking about is we're going to be talking about NBA and all of the fun arcade games that never really came. If you guys were like me, whenever I was a kid, I actually used to play street and baseball. And a bunch of you guys probably haven't played this, but street basketball, one of the greatest games I've ever played. It was so much fun. It was kind of like NBA Jam in a way. NBA Jam also hasn't came out, but Volume 2 it was so fun. It was so cool. Street 2, it looks something like this. You got pros there. You got Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, all sorts of fun players in that were just an absolute fun. It was a great game to play, and it was honestly something that was just completely different and something that we really hadn't seen before, and so it was really cool. Imagine Street like 17 now, Street coming out on 2020, some of these games that you just never seen before. I want to know down in the comment section below, what's one game that you wish wasn't discontinued and was kept on going right now? So let me know what that is, guys, and this is pretty much going to wrap up the video, as I feel like just big sports deals are really hurting sports video games, as there's just no competition for these big franchises. They can do whatever they want. They can penny pinch, they can sell packs for $100 that you guys have to buy, and you can't really do anything about it. I mean, we've seen that with EA and how money grabbing there, even 2K with VC sometimes. So basically what I'm saying is I just believe that exclusive deals shouldn't be a thing in sports video games. They're really hurting the sports market, and they're making it to where content is more dry and crazier, because there's only one source of video game sports content. So just let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, as I know this is going to have a lot of varied opinions. I am going to be streaming at 6 tonight, so make sure you come and stop by, as we'll be grinding MLB The Show. Thank you guys so much for watching, and might be out.